The activities are to be sequenced to create a project network diagram. So it means that the relationships or dependencies between activities have to be determined. Question is, why an activity depends on another activity? Well, it can be one of four reasons. I will discuss those now. First reason, mandatory dependencies. Sometimes we also call these hard logic or hard dependencies. These are required due to the nature of the work. In order to build the fourth floor, the third floor must be done first. Or to build a car, it must be designed first. You will never hear someone say, "We are going to build the car, you can design it later." It is illogical. So activities will be linked because there is a mandatory dependency. Second reason, preferred dependencies, sometimes also called as soft logic or discretionary dependencies. This type of dependency can be put in because it is the industry recommended best practice, or it may be the project team's preference. Say the project manager needs to read two reports, report A and report B. It is impossible to read both at the same time. There is no mandatory dependency that which one should be read first. So the project manager decides based on certain reasons or thinking to read A first and then read B. Next day, a project team member sees the sequence and says, "I would read B first because I think it makes more sense." A few days later, the project manager is looking at it and cannot recall the reason why report A was made the predecessor of report B. It is a good practice to write notes when this type of dependencies are established so that the reasoning is on the record. The project manager may also have identified assumptions for setting the sequence. So any such assumptions should be recorded in the assumptions log. Typically, these dependencies will be reviewed many times during the project. Whenever the project needs to be fast-tracked, these dependencies will be modified. The third type of dependency is the external dependencies, a dependency that the project work has on non-project work or work that is outside the control of the project. For example, delivery of material or completion of work by a seller. So work cannot proceed until seller provides that work. Since the link is to a non-project activity and non-project cannot be put down as an activity, it will be identified with a milestone, like the milestone material delivered or deliverable completed. And the fourth type is internal dependencies. Internal means within the project. One project team member cannot complete the work because some work is needed from another team member. These internal dependencies can be mandatory or preferred. Internal dependency is specifically referred to activities where different crews or team members are working. It helps to show the dependency among team members. Now, summarizing, there are four reasons why an activity may depend on another activity: mandatory, preferred, external, or internal dependencies.